Alright, so I played a game recently called Locomotive. I've seen this recommended in the usual hangout spot. Praised and liked. Even some familiar faces are in the cast. Meanwhile, it's as if whoever made this felt like they were indulging themselves too much without any concern for the actual game itself. I suspect it was made because animators had nothing better to do and wanted to show off. Anyway, I wouldn't recommend it. It's too much moon logic, too much bad pacing. In fact, at one point the game outright broke for me. That's how bad the pacing is. There's supposed to be something that happens and it simply doesn't trigger. I'm supposed to wake up a guy with a drink. I replace his drink and click the guy himself. His drink flips the color back and nothing else happens. I did this twice. The tip of the puzzle even changed to what I suppose is the next puzzle, and yet it still doesn't actually progress. I could probably look up a walkthrough and try to figure out some way to debug it, but hell, I did I get tired of this game. Generally, with point-and-clicks that I enjoy, I either get absorbed into the story or get a laugh. In case of some games, there is also commentary, which can add a lot to the experience. Then there could be interesting puzzles, although this is exceedingly rare. I can only think of Cafe Rain 2 recently in that respect. Locomotive doesn't really provide a very interesting story, likable characters, or any other tidbits to praise. In addition, the puzzles are sometimes truly idiotic. By which I mean the player is supposed to try the same thing multiple times. Like talking to the same NPC after something happens, without any actual indication that they would do anything. Other times there is a total moon logic, like there's a puzzle to pass the manuscript to 3 publishers. And to do it, the player is meant to place 3 manuscripts on top of each other. Is that how people read? Just random part they settle on, not the entire thing? And somehow they split the parts they read in the exact same spot, it wouldn't cause any conflict between the stories? This isn't how words work. This isn't how anything works. What even is this puzzle? What were they thinking? Also, like I said, the animations are nice to look at, but they definitely drag on sometimes. 2 examples instantly come into mind is the imprisoned scene where the attorney guy is trying to free himself and he does these weird moves for every single action he takes. As if he's cosplaying a Power Ranger or something. Second to come to mind is the barkeep. When he mixes drink, it just takes forever. Again, it's all well animated, but come on, I just wanna move on. There's no need for all this. Another thing is the length and the sheer amount of talking. Again, I'm not against listening to people prattle on about random stuff, but this game just did it all wrong. There's so much talking with nothing being said. They could repeat the same exact things over and over, 1,000 different ways, and then suddenly sprinkle in one hint towards some puzzle. I don't need to hear those 2 idiot twins whine. I don't care about the old broad being a bitch. I hate that pun-generating second character who just never shuts up. It's horrific how badly this is written. The ideas aren't terrible, but there are about 5 times more words than should be there. And occasionally the only way to progress is by talking to people, so it's not like you can just skip all the dialogue. By the way, about the idiot twins, I somehow figured out their puzzle to steal the horn before I even needed it. And it happened multiple times before. I just get some sort of puzzle completed at random before I even need to complete it. And actually at some point that comes up and the player character goes, "I guess I just saw it coming." So the dev accounted for that, which is nice, but this is extremely minor. And this isn't exactly satisfying, just felt poorly designed. Like puzzles were so simple I've done them on autopilot, while others made 0 sense at all. Well, I'm trying to think what else I didn't criticize. I suppose voice acting and sounds, I guess. And the voice acting is done well enough for sure. I mean, half the people here at least are from Vadget. Can't exactly be negative there. And the sound in general is okay. It's really one of those things that if it's done right, you don't notice it, and if it's done badly, then it's impossible not to be annoyed. And I definitely wasn't annoyed by the sounds, well, except, again, maybe the voice of that second character. I swear, it's like the guy was trying to maximize his punchability. There's a punchable face. If there's a punchable face, this guy got a punchable voice. Anyway, I couldn't get through this game. If I put this much time into a game, I usually finish it, but this one it just puts a series of roadblocks in front of me with a horrible second character just It felt like trying to watch The Walking Dead again. I enjoyed some of the early parts quite a bit, but then it just keeps getting worse and worse and somehow still keeps going. But yeah, unlike the show, I couldn't keep Locomotive on in the background while playing Warframe, so yeah.